Fedora Linux Sensible Settings. I recently started using Fedora Linux, and these are some of the tweaks and changes I made to make it a more livable experience for me, and maybe for you too. I had mostly used Ubuntu-based distributions till recently, but some exploration of Fedora 36 and 37 showed it to be quite stable and actually pretty friendly overall. This short video will not cover installation, but the initial setup and some changes I made to my desktop. The specific version I'm using is Fedora 37 Workstation with the default GNOME or GNOME desktop. Fedora is very committed to free and open source software to the point where the default install does not include access to third-party and possibly proprietary software or drivers. So during the installation, be sure to check the box to use third-party repositories if you think you will need that. You can also enable those repositories after installation via the Software Center settings. There are links to these and the other changes I will mention in the video description below. Along similar lines, I also installed the RPM Fusion repositories, which allow access to some audio and video codecs that don't come in the default installation. One thing I don't enjoy about Fedora is that updates and software installs can be quite slow. You can help this along to some degree by editing the dnf.conf file. The two specific things I changed were to increase the number of parallel downloads, in my case from 5 to 10, and to use the fast mirror equals true option. It still doesn't seem quite as fast as Ubuntu updates to me, but it's noticeably better. Fedora also seems to require restarts during most updates too, which I have not figured out yet but is mildly annoying. As far as the GNOME desktop, I don't have too many problems with it, although it reminds me a bit of a Mac to be honest, which I have a love-hate relationship with. The only major things I really changed were to add the GNOME tweaks and dash to panel utilities. GNOME tweaks, among other things, allows you to add the maximize and minimize icons to the window title bars, an omission I never understood in the default GNOME desktop. Dash to panel gives you the option to make the menus work a bit more like KDE or Windows, which I generally prefer. In the default GNOME desktop behavior, you use the Super or Windows key to bring up the applications list. If you happen to like the dock system in Mac or Pop! OS, you can try dash to dock instead. The only other thing I like to do is to go into Settings, Privacy, File History and Trash, and tighten those settings up a bit. I don't like keeping trash and temp files indefinitely, so I changed those values. That's really about all I've done for now, and everything seems to work well with no stability issues that I've noticed over a couple of months' use. I hope this helps you if you decide to give Fedora 37 a look. Thanks for watching, and check out the links in the video description below.